right, I'm here with Jason. He's hanging out at Tops. We're going to get personal here and ask some questions.
All right.
Tops knives.
All right, Tops knives. What do you want to talk about with Tops knives?
What are you seeing out here that you're liking these days?
Well, I've been a big Tops knives fan for a long time. One, because they're made here in the USA, but more importantly to me, I've seen what Leo and Craig and his crew do with his work, their work family, and they treat everybody awesome, right? And I've seen what they do with their customers. They treat their customers fantastic. You know, they're super approachable, and customer service to me goes a long way. And I feel like I've always gotten great customer service with Tops, even before I became friends with them. So that's kind of how my relationship with them built, you know. But I love their knives as well. I've got several reviews on my YouTube channel on Tops knives, and they always hold up fantastic. And that's why I really like them. And I always highly recommend them to people.
So, anything out here that's standing out to you these days?
So, one of the Tom Brown T1 tracker, which I believe is down there. Yeah, let's go down there.
Tell me about it.
All right. So, this is the Tom Brown T1 tracker. It's kind of a famous, infamous knife, if you will. A lot of people think it's crazy. A lot of people think it's functional. There's always been a debate about that. But obviously, this knife was made famous from the Hunted movie with Benicio del Toro and stuff. And that's where I kind of fell in love with it too. But this was my first Tops knife. This was the knife that actually got me into quality knives. So for a long time I used to think, oh, you know, $200 for a knife is too much or whatever. It's ridiculous. But once I got this in my hand, I realized what these knives are worth. And not only with this company, but any company, right? You get what you pay for at the end of the day. And I even handed this to my wife, who was skeptical, and she said, oh, I get it now. You know, like when you pick these things up, you feel the quality, and you know that you spent it's money well spent, you know. And so this got me started, and so I always have an affinity for this knife. I love it because of that. But as I go down the line, I love big choppers because I'm a big guy, and I like the big, like Elchete and stuff. But one of my favorite ones that they recently came out with was the Little-cette. So this is a smaller version of the Elchete, but don't confuse. This thing is a powerhouse. I did a full review on it. You can beat the tar out of stuff with this, but it's a lot more carryable compared to the big one if you're out doing long hikes. So I really like this one a lot. And then one of the other ones that I really like just came out is the brand new Bracko Slim, but this is a special edition one that is Vegas Damascus steel. These are being hand ground with Voodoo resin handle scales. This is a Joe Flowers design. I saw this on the table and I fell in love with it, and I bought one, right? So these are going to be limited edition ones. So I've never owned a true Damascus blade, so I really feel like having a Tops one being my first one, I was super excited for it. And there's only going to be 100 of these made, and so I got number 6 out of 100. So I feel pretty proud about that. But obviously this is a custom piece that maybe is not as affordable to some, you know, or whatever. They have this one as well, and it's just a great design. Feels really good in the hand, and I like it a lot because you can carry this around every day. It's not super crazy looking, like, you know, people give you weird looks when you're carrying the really tactical looking stuff. But this is going to do everything you need to do, so that's why I really like it as well. Well, like one of my favorite new ones that they came out with, and of course the Badger Creek I fell in love with when I got this one. So this one's just, it's a clip point. I love it. The weight, the size, the weight of it. I did a full review on this one as well. And you can, this is actually one of the, not, I won't say it's the first one. Tops typically uses 1095, but on this one they went with N690, which is, you know, a departure from what they normally do, and it's fantastic. It holds up great, and so it's really cool to see that they're stepping outside and doing N690 and doing other stills as well. So I really like that a lot. So those are some of my, a couple of my favorites. I love a lot of them though.
What you carrying for the show?
What am I carrying for the show? Actually, I have.
What are you carrying?
But I got a couple of things. So this is a custom EDC cleaver that I made. I actually made this one myself. So it's rough grinds. I'm not an expert by any means, but I wanted a cleaver, but I wanted it to be a little different, have a little bit of flair. Putting the swoop in the top still gives you a little bit of a tip, so you can still do tip work if you need to. You can kind of baton down on this back swoop. You can really choke up on it. You've got to get in there. So it's just a little bird's head beak, so you can even chop back, do a little bit of chopping with it if you need to. But it's just a compact, and it kind of, what got me into knives too in the first place was fantasy movies like Conan, stuff like that. It has a little bit of a flair to it that kind of pays, you know, homage to that. And then I have my Bracko Damascus that I'm carrying on me as well. So I'll be carrying this quite a bit. I love this thing. And then what else I got on me? Got a Microtech L. It's just a little carry around around EDC, and so many blades. Well, I got to be careful what I bring because my bag gets too heavy and I can't fly home with it, you know. So, but that's just a little bit of what I got on me.
What's your favorite locking type on a folder?
You know what? That's a good question. I like the button locks for the fidgetiness of it. It's kind of fun to play with, but I really do like the crossbar lock as well. And I just recently got some knives that have that shark lock, so I'm kind of interested to play around with those. I'm going to be doing some reviews on some shark lock knives, and I'm curious to see how well those locking mechanisms hold up. But I've had really good success on doing folder reviews with the crossbar lock. They tend to hold up fairly well. Of course, the triad lock from Cold Steel has always been a tried. You can't hardly break those things at all. So, but that's not typically the most popular locking mechanism out there. So a lot of people like the crossbar, and I dig it too.
What's your ideal breakfast?
Huevos rancheros.
Oh.
Yeah.
What'd you have today?
Today I had Chick-fil-A because I was in a hurry and it was cheap. So I spent way too much money here at the show. So
people can find you right here.
Yep, Straight Edge Knives on YouTube, Instagram, and TikTok, and I post long form knife reviews. So I have full like 30-40 minute reviews on a lot of Tops knives, a lot of different brands. I try to hit a lot of different things to show people, and I do use the knives in the videos to show you guys what the knives are capable of and things like that. I don't try to break them, but I do push them a little bit so you can see, hey, is this knife, if I spend that amount of money on it, can I do some hard stuff if I have to, you know? So that's what I like to try to do, and then I post little shorts and stuff on Instagram and everything. So
cool. Thanks, Jason.
Well, thank you, man. I appreciate you stopping by.